cow.
Very fast. Okay. Okay, we ready? I now call the regularly scheduled meeting of the Natrona County Board of County Commissioners for Tuesday, June 21st, 2022 to order. Madam Clerk, may we have roll call, please?
Commissioner Hendry.
Here.
Commissioner Milne.
Here.
Commissioner Nicolason. Here. Commissioner North.
Here.
Chairman Bertilio.
Here. Would you please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? The chair would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
It's been moved to approve the consent agenda by Commissioner North, seconded by Commissioner Hendry. Any discussion on any particular item? There being none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries. I now declare the public hearing open for the consideration of Natrona County rules amendments to the 2013 subdivision resolution. The hearing will be conducted in accordance with state statutes, rules of the Natrona County Commission, and other applicable laws. I would ask those individuals who wish to address the commission to approach the lectern and state your name and address. Yes, staff first, yes. May we have staff report, please?
Yes, good evening, Mr. Chairman, Board. Megan Nelms, Senior Planner. And tonight it is amendments to the 2013 subdivision resolution. And at your May 3rd, 2022 meeting, the Board of Commissioners put the subdivision resolution amendments out for a 45-day public comment period. We've received no written public comments on the proposed amendments. General comments from walking customer inquiries have been positive, and public comment has also been voiced that the entire resolution needs to be updated, which we intend to begin work on later this year. At their April 12th meeting, the Planning Commission approved the proposed amendments to the subdivision resolution and recommended they be forwarded to you all, and staff would also recommend that you take action today to adopt the proposed amendments as presented. And I can answer any questions.
Thank you. Questions? No questions. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
At this time, I would ask those individuals who wish to speak in favor of the rules amendments to the 2013 subdivision resolution to approach the lectern. Anyone wishes to speak in favor? Anyone?
What was the amendment?
The amendments?
Yeah, what was it exactly proclaiming or stating? Mr. Chairman, I can go over briefly.
If you briefly just.
It's just basically changing public notice requirements for preliminary final plats to be in line with statutes, and shifting the responsibility of the cost of publication to the developer versus the county. And we made some other minor amendments to language regarding submittal deadlines, and the removal of requiring improvement service districts. There was still some language left in there regarding that, so we took that out. Mainly these amendments are to streamline the regulations and review process, and make it easier for everybody.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
The proposed amendments and reasons and whatnot, there is a chart that can be found on the website, our website, that actually goes through all of them. So if you ever have a question what we're looking at, it is available for the public to review on the website. What bills and claims all the way through the consent agenda, what's been approved. So those things are readily available. I just summarize it. Looking at it, it's mostly about notifications. And when you have to do it, how you have to do it. It's nothing earth-shattering, so. Third final time, anyone wish to speak in favor? Okay, there being no one to speak in favor, at this time, I would ask those individuals who wish to speak in opposition to rules amendments to the 2013 subdivision resolution. Anyone who wishes to speak in opposition? Anyone wishing to speak in opposition? All right. There being no one to speak for or against the Natrona County rules amendments to the 2013 subdivision resolution, I now declare the public hearing closed. Chair to entertain a motion to approve the rules amendments to the 2013 subdivision resolution.
Mr. Chairman, I'd make a motion to approve amendments in Natrona County rules for the 2013 subdivision resolution as presented.
I'll second that.
It's been moved by Commissioner Milne, second by Commissioner North. Any further discussion? Commissioner Milne.
Mr. Chairman, a lot of this just puts it back into line with what the state requires. No further requirements, kind of eliminating some of the costs on burden on Natrona County. So this is actually a cost savings as well for the county. So.
Okay. All right, thank you. Anyone else? There being none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We have reached the end of our regular agenda. We're going to go to public comments. We're going to stick with a 5-minute rule. We are not going to do any debating. If you have something to say, we'll be glad to take your concerns, and if there's something simple we can address at the end of the meeting, we'll do it then. If not, we'd like to schedule something with you individually to discuss it. So with that, anyone in the audience wishing to address the commission? Anyone in the audience? All right. Going once, going twice, gone. All right. Commissioner's comments. Commissioner North.
I don't know how many of you made it to the CNFR last week, but that was a great performance. Turned out to be a spoiler at the end. Came down to the final event to decide who was going to be the champion, and there was a lot of previous champions that didn't make it this year because everything didn't quite go their way. But it was an excellent performance by everybody. That's just a real joy to go up there and watch that, and to be able to enjoy that and to be able to support it and have them support our community the way they are. So, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Milne.
To segue off that, my congratulations to those champions as well. Apparently they really liked the new barn, so that was a bonus there. They were even trying to sneak in beforehand to get into the barn, and then started putting names on it, so there's that. Just a reminder to everybody out there that tickets are on sale for the fair rodeo already. Some of them are already sold out. Looks like the industrial building for stalls is completely full, so there won't be any empty spaces there. It looks like it's going to be a really good year for the Central Wyoming Fair. That'll be it.
Thank you. Commissioner Nicolason, if you've got the strength. He's trying to, we're very pleased to have him with us today.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I also enjoyed a couple nights of the rodeo last week. I was planning on attending one or two more, but instead had my plans changed to go receive emergency care at the local hospital, and it kind of dragged me to the hospital, and I just wanted to tell the folks listening tonight and this board how thankful I am to our hardworking healthcare professionals. There are a lot of hardworking nurses and physicians over there. They all give it their best, 110%, and did a lot for me. At the same time, I heard that there are some concerns over there, and that there are concerns with maybe not having the proper and sufficient care of some of those healthcare professionals that we and I last weekend, until my release yesterday from the hospital, so rely on, especially when it comes to emergency care. And so I just want those hardworking people at the hospital, those healthcare professionals, to know that we do want to hear from them, and do want to try to be aware of those situations, and try to make sure we have good health care in this community. It's long provided a hub for the entire state, other than maybe Jackson and Cheyenne, that can go down to Colorado or over to Utah. And we really want to make sure that our health care here in this county is at the very top. Thanks.
Thank you. Commissioner Hendry.
I'd like to thank Commissioner Nicolason for really his commitment to the commission. Literally got out of the hospital yesterday, I think, and he is sitting here today and in our meeting. So that's commitment, and he is hurting. So we're on strict orders not to make him laugh and or talk about food. And anyway, thank you for that commitment. The CNFR, I think it broke records this year for attendance and money, and that's going to speak to the longevity of that being here. It all came together. It cleaned up the dirt over time. The mud bogging and the monster trucks had gotten rocks and car parts in it, so we cleaned that up. Everybody was really happy, and the new barn, it all came together. And what's also coming together is a year like this, and I talked about it last time, but it continues to be an incredible grass year, and it's green. It really is. Out west of town, it's green. We've seen it like that before, but not in the very distant future. We've had 2 years of drought, and right now we're in pretty good shape. And it even got water in reservoirs. So it's really looking good. We may have some fires, but we got a good fire department. We'll put it out. It's real good. And the budget, we're going to finish that, I think, next Monday, or work on it some more and try to get a resolution, but it's looking pretty good. We got some good things happening in Natrona County. So that was it, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I'd like to thank my fellow commissioners and staff. We had a really, really good day on our budget process. I think we're setting ourselves up to, when we have our next meeting, to really bring the whole thing together. And as Commissioner Hendry noted, I'd like to thank Commissioner Nicolason. The thought that he might even show up here tonight never crossed my mind. And I was thinking he had to doze off, because sometimes listening on the phone can't be all that exciting. But we did do some pretty good work today, and I thank all of you. And with that, I have nothing else. Where's your? Yes, sir.
May I approach?
Sure.
I apologize for being late, but I'm hosting a couple of Ukrainian men.
Okay.
And I was at the airport, and I tried to fly here. My name is Randy Bjorklund. I live at 7945 West Riverside Drive. And the reason why I'm here is, the taxes, I know it comes from the state, but as our representatives, I wish you were down in the state to representing the citizens of Natrona County with the increases of taxes, property taxes. But the biggest ill I have in this whole thing is looking at the budget. $10,000 increase for each one of you. $25,000 for Matt Keening. At this time, I don't feel like you have the pulse of Natrona County. I went around my neighborhood. Every person in my neighborhood signed a petition stating, the property taxes are getting to be ridiculous. I'm retired. I'm on a fixed income. I try to take care of my property. I try to do good for my community. I can't do some things. I can't afford $5 gallon of gas to drive around and try to solicit money from businesses for a golf tournament that I host every year for all first responders in the state of Wyoming who are injured or killed in the line of duty. I can't do it anymore. I can't go over and help an elderly lady fix a faucet, mow her yard. I can't afford it. You're taking money from what I'm doing in the community. And not only me, but the citizens. Other citizens are doing the same thing. I wish you'd look at it a little differently and feel the pulse of this community. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I'll just a couple quick comments. So first off, none of us here are getting the 10,000. We have to get elected. Matt Keating is, those increases go to the position and not the individual. So for example, Matt Keating does not get the raise. It's the assessor that's sworn in for the next 4 years gets that. And the reason why those were determined is the state statutes say that the elected official's salary can only be raised once every 4 years. What kicked this one off was the state went and raised that maximum number up substantially to $145,000. The elected officials have not had a salary change since 2010, I believe, was the last time. So it's not like they can get a salary adjustment every year. Once they're set, it's set for a minimum of 4 years, and a lot of times it never changes. We are working with our legislators to try and push at the state level. It doesn't do us any good because it's going to have to go through our legislators, so that's who we're working with. We've all got the same increases everybody else has and are paying the same $5 gas that not only we're paying, but our employees are paying. We're very, very much aware of what's going on out there. It may not show it in the manner of which we conduct business, but the business we conduct isn't necessarily. We're here to run the government, I guess is what I'd say, to provide those services and some of the other stuff. Yes, it is on us. I won't disagree as far as pushing on our legislators, but don't think we're not doing something, because we are. Did you have something to add? Commissioner Nicolason?
Just real briefly, Randy, Mr. Bjorklund, I don't know if I got that right, and I apologize. If you know the name of your representative and your senator, call them, write them, That's where this change is going to happen. And there's only so much. Now, I have spoken with a lot of the legislators from Natrona County on this specific issue. They're not going to change it for me. They're going to change it for people like you. Okay? So again, we've said this before. We can't make this change ourselves. They're elected officials as well. We encourage you to reach out to them directly. Thank you.
All right. All right, okay.
Just briefly.
Okay.
Kurt Simpson, 9695 Osage, Casper. In regards to the raise, you're saying then that that you did not select this raise for the commissioners, that the state is telling you you have to have it?
No. We set the salaries for ourselves, or for the commissioners, as well as the electeds.
Okay? Then I agree with him, with the economy in general being the way it is, I don't see the justification for a raise for the commissioners. I just don't. Or probably for the assessor, certainly not $25,000. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there no further public discussion? We're adjourned.